This week, it seems it's never too late to chase your dreams of athletic stardom. There's a conspiracy at the FCC to miscount people, and someone has made an obscene amount of money on Hot Pockets. And sadly, it seems that one of our most rock-steady, reliable bastions on the internet can no longer be trusted.
You get a decade! Hey, you get a decade! Robot lady, sound the alarm!
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time! Da, 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 da. This is my happy dance I'm doing. I don't know, guys, if you have followed this at all, but Harvey Weinstein, he's going to jail forever because he's old and he's got like 25 years or something. So hopefully he dies in jail. Does that mean, am I supposed to be, I'm good with that. While we're thinking about time, though, I just need you to know that the next hour of your life is going to be replaced with, well, one, ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating moron ranting about opinions that I have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture and jail time. As impossible as that may seem. So, listeners, now that you know why you're here, what do you call a clever pig? It's a Cunningham! In studio, we have Amanda Cunningham. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. So, thank you for coming all the way out here to be on our stupid little show. How exciting is this? We spent like months with this Me Too movement, which was like the weirdest thing to ever happen because it was the only movement that everyone was like, oh no, yeah, we all knew about that already. And like usually a movement, happened. You're like, oh my God, there's what? And now it's like, no, we've been talking about this forever. We just now have a hashtag.
Yeah.
And now something has occurred, at least, right? We've got now
someone went to jail.
Yeah, somebody horrible went to jail. So that's great.
I think he was the one that started it. Well, he didn't start the movement, but like the people coming against him,
right?
Like speaking up was like, oh, we should call this a movement because this is happening. Someone actually like coined the hashtag and like someone's taking credit as like they started the Me Too movement.
Right.
Yeah.
How shitty of a person do you have to be to single-handedly
start a movement,
inspire a movement about sexual predators? Like,
it's pretty impressive,
right? Like that's how horrible he had to be. As he was
impressive.
Like, "Hey, everybody! Do all of the people who hate me want to get together and start a movement?"
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
We have other shit to take down too.
Yeah.
Other guys to take down
while we're here.
Yeah.
and so that's pretty great. I think when
I'm for it.
Like that's just the epitome of it, right? I mean, we got all kinds of things in the YouTube movement, right? There was a whole like, I think everybody there was
a YouTube movement.
Oh, yeah, the YouTube movement, the band U2.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did Bono go? Did Bono have
well,
some
it wasn't
deals?
me, right? I feel weird saying me too because it's like it's not really me.
That's true. It's not you too. Okay,
like,
it's me too. I can say hashtag me too.
Yeah,
hashtag me too.
It's the U2.
Yeah,
the YouTube movement.
Okay.
The you folks movement.
Okay. You ladies. Well, it can be anyone, I guess, because it's not like it just started with him, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess it can be you two.
It could be, I guess, if I had been participating in it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I think it was very kind of binary. There was like things happened or things didn't happen. But I think in the grand scheme of things, there was a gradient, right? There were some like dudes that did some like kind of squirrely stuff, but it wasn't like Weinstein bad, but it was like,
that's
you
like,
shouldn't have done that.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of in the middle at least.
That's where I was like...
middle to middle high, right? Like, because I think he was masturbating in front of people. Yeah. And I feel
he was like whipping it out or something. And then...
yeah.
Obviously that was unwarranted. Like, all of a sudden, just out.
You're
right. Just like,
There's some of these it feels like you should know. But maybe it's because morals. I don't know what it is. But it feels like if somebody were like, hey, we should get together and have a meeting about anything, name anything, right?
You shouldn't
whip
it out.
That isn't a penis.
You shouldn't whip it out.
You shouldn't be like, hey, quick question. While we're having this meeting about something that isn't my penis,
can we bring it up as an agenda item? That's a good question.
Yeah.
By the way, I have something else to talk about.
What?
It's right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
Well, at least it won't be a long subject.
No! I get what you did there.
So yeah, I mean, I guess not as bad as like, like sexually assaulting someone, but definitely over the line of like,
super
that
inappropriate.
wasn't like
yeah,
accidental,
that
right?
was planned. Yeah,
Like that's the thing that makes it kind of creepy.
Yeah,
It's one thing if it's like, yeah, this one guy I worked with kind of hit on me and like that was really uncomfortable, and you're like, yeah, that's wrong. He shouldn't be doing that.
But that was like spur of the moment. He probably didn't like plan to like drunkenly or like say like, hey, you want to hang out sometime, but nah, meeting in a hotel room, talking about something, and you're just like, yeah, that was not their first time.
Do you like poetry? You want to help me straighten out my Longfellow?
Oh my gosh. Did you just make that up?
That's
you
from
can't
a
be
movie.
making it up.
That was,
where was that?
That was a Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay.
I
was
think.
like, you're making so many clever. I was like, are you making these up right now, or like, are they just coming to you on the spot?
The other ones were definitely mine. That's what I stole.
I was like, you're way more clever than me because these are. They didn't occur to me. I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, I think so. This is great. I mean, this is what we needed. Hopefully, other guys also go like, well, that seems like a thing I should probably not do anymore. Yeah. We'll see, but there's not a lot of hope.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Women will have their turn, I guess. Well, not to whip it out, but to
we should do that.
To not whip it out. I don't
Amanda,
know what exactly
let's have
they
a
would
meeting.
whip. I don't know exactly what I would. I guess I could whip out the top parts. I don't even know what I would whip. There's nothing really whipping. Yeah, I won't do that, but I guess it's our turn, maybe. I don't know.
It's theater of the mind, Amanda. Right now, I could be like, oh my God, Amanda, Jesus, seriously, we're doing a podcast
Put your fucking
right now.
nipple away, girl. I'm like, oh, sorry, it just slipped. You don't want to see it? What about the left one?
It's in my eye.
I feel like you could catch diseases like that. You shouldn't be putting nipples in eyes.
I don't think so. That's how the coronavirus started.
Maybe.
I believe so. It's how it spreads.
From a nipple?
I know that.
From a nipple? Okay.
For a fact.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah. That's how people get it.
Okay. I'll watch out for those.
And it's spreading everywhere. So just watch your eyes, people.
Wow.
I'm just
for
saying.
the nipples.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Wedding Crashers, where she just whips it out.
Mm-hmm.
She was crossing the line.
That's what I'm saying.
The very orb-like, you know that scene where she was like got the
yeah crossing the line.
She was crossing the line.
But yeah,
hashtag him too.
Ladies and men out there, just while the coronavirus is active, when you drop something, make sure you don't get your eyes down to boob level, because
who knows?
Yeah, somebody could just pop a nipple in the eye
out of nowhere.
Boom, coronavirus.
It's getting hot in here. Let me just. Oh, sorry. Oh. Exactly.
So, well, all right. So now we've covered everything that's happened this week, right?
Yes.
The industrial average went down like 2,000 points or something
because of corona.
Probably because of nipple.
Because the nipple disease.
It all comes back.
It all comes back to the nipple.
Nipple virus.
Is it a virus? It's a virus, right?
It's a virus.
I'm not good at these things.
It's absolutely a virus. Otherwise, they just give you antibiotics and you'd be good.
Is that bacteria?
Yeah, that's the antibiotic.
Wow, you're clever and you're like a doctor right now. It's like
I'm basically a doctor.
You're like a Wikipedia right now for like nipples and like dick jokes.
Right, exactly. I do mammograms, but with my eyes.
No, I was gonna say, are you crossing a line right now? Are you just randomly asking women if they want to check their breast for cancer?
Put your nipple in my eye. I'll let you know if you have cancer.
Let me check it real quick. Like, okay, it sounds legit. He's got a T-shirt on that says it. Right. What was it? A free breast exam? One of those terrible shirts that they sell, like free mammograms or something. This guy or something.
He has a white coat. I mean, he's on a bus, but I'm guessing he's a doctor.
I mean, he might be.
You never know.
He came from work.
It's free.
I mean, shit, it is free. I do like free samples. Right. I guess.
Exactly. So I think we've covered everything that has occurred. Alex Ovechkin got 700 goals. Only people who watch hockey care, and that's very few people. I just happen to be one of them.
So you've got the NHL hat on and the coffee next. You can't see it, but he's got a cup next to him.
Yeah.
Knew as soon as I walked in, he was into it. So they were world champs.
They were 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, time flies. I was about to say last year. I'm like, ooh, a whole other year passed, Amanda. Catch your shit up.
Nationals got it last year.
Okay.
Yeah. The Capitals got it the year before that.
Okay. Because there's like a whole parade and like DC essentially shut down for that day because it was like chaos or whatever.
It was pretty great.
Yeah.
The Mystics also won the national
this
championship.
Year? 2019, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I did hear that.
They are I believe, the current world champions of the WNBA.
No shit.
Yeah. So that's
good for them.
Nobody heard about it, but
I don't personally watch. I don't really do like sports. I don't do the sports thing.
Yeah.
So I don't really know anything about that. But so don't take my lack of not knowing as anything.
Have you considered maybe lady sports are better? Have you tried a lady sport?
Have I tried that?
Yeah.
I I didn't grow up doing sports. I talked to my husband about this recently. I didn't grow up doing sports, so I just don't find them very interesting. Like the competitive thing, I just find it like, why are you kicking the ball around? Like, what are you like?
That's really thoughtful of you because it means that you think I've played hockey when I was younger.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
With this body? No.
Who
not
knows
at all.
what? I mean, in your youth, who knows, right?
I was a goaltender because I was wide enough to cover the whole
Are
goal.
they bigger?
They're like walruses.
Are they? Okay.
No, they're not.
I was like, when I went to the game, he looked pretty fit. He looked like, I mean, fit in like the British sense, like pretty fit. That was a terrible accent. But anyways, it means very attractive. I can't, you're putting me on the spot to do the British accent right now. So I can't do it, but fit attractively.
Gotcha.
He looked good. I think he was missing a tooth. So like, I'd have to fix that. But like.
You were like, you look good, Holtby. Nicely done.
Yeah.
And then you whipped it out.
He wouldn't have seen it. So I didn't even try.
You don't? Oh, okay. Well,
I don't want some random drunk dude next to me.
No.
Like seeing it. He wasn't worth it.
He wasn't fit.
No, he was not fit at all. Well, now I'm just doing a bad accent. He wasn't fit at all. Is that better? It's not very good though.
This is fine. I like this.
Shit.
No, this is
it's
great.
Right shit. It's right shit. Bloody hell. Okay, I'll stop. It's embarrassing.
So, Cunningham, that sounds kind of English, right? I feel like that could be an English
Scottish.
name. Okay.
It's Scottish.
All right. So it's
kind of
the British Isles.
Well, I'm going to speak for, like, I'm straight from Scotland. The British conquered us and made us, like, you know, the whole William Wallace thing.
Yeah.
We don't want to be there.
No?
So I don't know about now. I'm not really hip to the current events in Scotland because I'm, America. But
they're probably not happy about the Brexit.
I feel like they're pretty not happy. Or maybe that's North Ireland. I know North Ireland's like pissed about the border situation, but
probably everyone.
Maybe I feel like Scotland might be like, this is our chance. This is our fucking chance. Maybe.
If we slip out now, they won't notice.
Yeah, they're very busy. They're very busy right now. They got shit to tend to. They got to fix their teeth and the Brexit,
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit.
Speaking of very important things happening,
yes,
you just released a brand new single.
I did.
Right? So we actually have a sample of that. And if you're interested in listening to the whole song, are we allowed to have the whole song?
Yes.
Yeah. Fast forward to the 1 hour mark of the show and you can listen to the whole thing. You can come back and join us. It's called Selfish Fool. It came out on February 21st.
Yes.
Has any other podcast had this track?
It has not.
So this is kind of like a world premiere.
It's kind of a world premiere exclusive.
Oh my God.
It's pretty special.
We're kind of important. So if you want to catch up with Amanda Cunningham and all of her shows, there's nothing on the books right now, but shows will come throughout the year. And there's other singles that will be coming out.
Yes, for sure.
So go up to amandacunningham.com and go subscribe to things and follow things.
All the things. Instagrams, Facebook, subscribe to my mailing list because then I can like bother you with emails like, check out my new single.
And if you like Selfish Fool, run up to any of your digital available places, download yourself a copy, right?
Yeah.
You can go get it and pay $1 or something for it, and that would be awesome.
It's actually free if you just give me your email.
There you go, for an email. Just
I don't know what's worth more to you, email or $1.
Right.
I'll take both, too.
Both, yeah. Email her $1.
Yes.
And
a picture of $1.
Yeah.
Here you go, Amanda. Like, thank you.
This is my first $1.
That's my first sale. Thank you.
So awesome. Go check that out. Now that we've successfully circumnavigated the entire world in terms of news and wrap back around to the very important release that you've had, let's try something a little different. We're going to give you a new role. You've done music. I assume you've participated in the Me Too movement. Now we're going to make
passively as a walking, breathing woman. Just yeah.
Like I get you, girl.
I get you.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Hey, girl. Hey.
I see you. Yeah.
We're gonna make you the editor in chief of your very own publication.
Got it.
Okay, you're in charge. You're the head girl in charge. You get to decide what comes and what goes. As your faithful and diligent reporter, I have scoured the internet for actual news that you're going to decide whether or not it makes it into the publication. This is what we call the weather report.
My personal publication.
Yeah.
What's the name of my publication?
Can I name it? Yeah. What would you like to name it?
Well, should I ask the question? I feel like that was a catphone situation. I asked the question. I didn't have an answer for it. I just wanted to know that I could.
At the end, you can name it at the end after you have.
It's got to be clever. You're more clever than I. This is okay.
This is what I do.
I know. Okay.
You're a better singer than I am, so it really works out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess. Thank you.
All right. So we talked a little bit about hockey.
Yes.
Right. There was some really great news in hockey. David Ayers Ayers is a Zamboni driver for the Toronto Marlies. He ended up being a goalie for the Carolina Hurricanes after both of theirs were injured during the game. Normally, you'd expect this to mean that Toronto was about to stomp all over the Hurricanes, but then that would mean that you forgot that this dude is a fucking Canadian. He stopped.
And they're just doing it.
Yeah, he stopped 8 shots against him, giving the Hurricanes a 6-3 victory over the Maple Leafs.
Good for him.
And that's not the first time this has happened. In 2018, the Chicago Blackhawks called 36-year-old accountant Scott Foster onto the ice in the third period after both Blackhawks goalies were injured. Scott stopped all 7 shots he faced and was named the first star of the game. So this actually happened also to David Ayers. So David Ayers was the first star of the game, which is like a thing that you get at the end of the game. Whoever was like the most impactful player.
Yeah.
He was named that.
Oh, like MVP of the game type of thing? Okay.
There's things you need to know about David Ayers that you may not know just from this article.
I do not.
First, David Ayers is 42 years old.
Good for him.
David Ayers had a kidney transplant.
Okay.
So he went and played in an NHL game as an emergency backup goalie because you can have 2 goalies on a team.
Yeah.
If they both get hurt, they essentially have to have a goalie available to step into the game to finish the game. But it's usually not a professional goalie. It's just a guy that like
I did not know any of this.
Works at the arena or something, right? That happens to play goalie at a beer league. And so this is that guy.
Wow.
So it's interesting because he actually plays with the Toronto Maple Leafs sometimes during their practices. So if they need a third goalie because the other 2 goalies are working on something and people want to like practice shots, he'll step in and be like a dummy goalie, like just for practices. So his goalie mask actually had like a Toronto Maple Leafs like theme to it.
Yeah.
But because it was a home game for the Maple Leafs, they have to provide an emergency goalie in case something happens. So he stepped in for Carolina and won.
Oh, that's funny.
So apparently they just had like another game and he was at it just like in the crowd. And the line for autographs wrapped around the arena for this dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So
maybe he should quit. He was a Zamboni driver?
Yeah.
Oh, he is, I guess. I feel like he should like step his game up and just go full time. Right? I mean, if you got like a line of people waiting for autographs, like you're big leagues. I mean, come on.
I don't know if he'd make it through any more games. I'm not sure.
I mean, maybe not back to back. You got to have a couple rest days. I mean, he's got a kidney transplant and like he's a little old. He's driving the Zamboni. He might be hitting a little brewski while he's driving the Zamboni.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, you're just chilling, right?
You can't get arrested. You're not on roads.
Is that considered drunk driving?
Not if you're inside.
Is that I don't think that's if you're inside.
You can drive a car all you want in your own house.
I was going to say, wait, where would that, like a track, like a racetrack? Okay. Depends on the speed, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think you're fine. Zambonis don't go fast.
That's a good point, actually. You just like slowly careen.
So is it news? That's the question. Does it make it in?
I mean, it made it into their source. I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like as a general rule, because I don't do sports, Amanda's just not interested in sports.
Okay.
So I'd pass on that one, although this is very interesting. And I did learn a lot. I feel like I'm going to go Google this stuff because I did not know that. You're just pulling random people up.
Yeah.
Like I want to volunteer. Like I wouldn't win, but I want to volunteer.
You just get a microphone and you go, does anyone here play goalie? Yeah. Anyone in the crowd happen?
Oh, like is anyone a doctor? Like me.
Yeah,
me.
I'm a goalie.
Not, though, but they won't know that. I do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I'm a goalie.
I'll punch a hole in your trachea and like put a straw in there. I got you. Yeah. I'll do the same thing for the hockey puck.
Yeah, I'm a goalie.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yeah.
It's fine.
How hard could it be?
It's not that hard. You just stand there.
They shoot things, you get in the way of the thing, right?
It's pretty easy.
You got all these pads. How bad? How bad could it be?
I don't even need a cup. So that saves on equipment and I'm less concerned about, other issues. So I'm reckless. I'll be reckless for you.
And they go for the shot and then you whip it out and they're like all distracted.
Well, I don't want it to hit. That would hurt though.
That's true.
Do I need a cup? Well, maybe I need other cups then, like or special padding then.
Like C cups.
Yeah. I don't know what that would.
Yeah.
I guess it'd just be like a really like Kevlar bra. I guess. Yeah. Oh my God. Are bras cups for like breasts?
I don't know. We're learning so much right now.
I feel like I'm having stoner thoughts right now.
Yeah. Like, that might
have
be.
Have you thought of that?
I think in my humble opinion, I feel like overalls are bras for balls, but I feel
overalls?
Like, yeah. Like they go over the shoulder, but then they go all the way down to the balls and keep them up. So it's like a bra.
Are your overalls that close to your like balls though? I feel like they're just chilling.
I mean,
No,
depends how
low are
you
your
wear
balls though?
Well, yeah.
They hang pretty.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, we've all got things. I
mean,
don't know. I don't judge you. You put a nipple in my eye and I didn't like kick you out or anything.
For the record, I did not put a nipple in his eye.
She totally did.
Hashtag me too, he's lying.
Who was here in the room at the time when it happened?
What was that, the Hamilton song? In the room where it happened? Did you see it? Hamilton?
No, I haven't. I have
you
not.
You need to see it.
I've heard it's very good.
On a serious note, it was the best musical I've ever seen in my life.
Which is a low bar.
I haven't seen that many, to be honest. So out of like the 5 I've seen, which is more than some people, right. It was amazing. And I'd be more than willing to pay to see it again. So.
It's like, it was the best thing that you torture people with.
It was great. It was great.
I've heard amazing things about it.
It's great.
That is
It's
true.
coming to DC. You should come see it. October? I don't remember.
Yeah.
You should go.
This is the second time Hamilton's come to DC.
Mm-hmm.
The first time.
The first time I saw it, yeah.
Well, then it's the third time because the first time was actually Hamilton.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. He was here. Like, did you watch it? I feel like you didn't watch it.
I mean, the first one when he was alive. No, I did not see it. No, he was.
That was really good. The original cast.
I mean, I guess
he
made a lot of mistakes though. He was kind of a jerk and he cheated on his wife.
That's true.
With some random woman, and it was like a whole thing.
Yeah. The singing wasn't as good. I will say that.
No, there was no singing about cheating and whatnot. As far as I can remember, it might be in like their, lonely hours, not like Sam Smith style, but like in the lonely hours of like their bedroom or
right.
I don't know, boudoir. That's French.
Yeah.
They probably spoke French though.
Did they have heroin back then? I feel they did. So they could have totally had breakup
opium.
songs. Yeah.
They had opium.
Yeah.
Because they were getting high.
Okay, so moving on. All right, so Hamilton, that's how we went from Zamboni Driver to Hamilton.
Yeah, my bad.
All right, moving on. Hot Pockets heiress gets 5 months in prison for U.S. college admission scam. So you heard about this admission scam, right?
Yeah, was she in that?
Yeah, she was part of it. And that's not really the news. I don't think that's not the like headline. The headline to me is there's a Hot Pocket heiress.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
No, I was not. That's why I was like, oh, there's a Hot Pockets heiress?
Yeah.
Well, that's my first thought. And then I was like, oh, I guess she's involved in this. Okay.
I didn't know that Hot Pockets were like popular enough to create an heiress. Did you? Do you know how much Hot Pockets were sold to Nestle for?
I was gonna say, that's what I was like. I looked this up recently because I was looking up Nestle because my friend hates Nestle.
Yeah.
Because just in general, they're just a terrible conglomeration, and like the breast milk and how, if you read the story of like how they like gave women, I forget the country, but they gave women Nestle their formula or whatever, and told them that they shouldn't breastfeed.
Right.
And then like hooked these children up on the, the formula, and then eventually the women then couldn't start breastfeeding anymore. They dried up because they weren't doing it anymore, and then they stopped giving them like the samples, and then made them pay, and then they didn't have enough money to actually buy the formula. Yeah. But at that point, they had no. It was a really shitty situation. So my friend is like pissed about it, and like, hey, I mean, that's just one of the many reasons. But yeah, I did look up the Hot Pocket thing because I was like looking at that.
So how much do you think Nestle bought it for? What would you estimate?
I don't know.
$2.6 billion.
I was going to say like 20 million. That's way
$2.6 billion worth of Hot Pockets. You have any idea how many Hot Pockets that is?
It's a lot of Hot Pockets. They're pretty cheap. They're always on like 2 for $5 at Safeway too.
The interesting thing about the Hot Pockets heiress is that she is the only heiress, I believe, in the United States that got her money from the same place she puts her money. Right?
Wait, what?
In her Hot Pockets.
Where did you?
Right? Like, because you've got money. You're
that
putting
was
money.
That was such a dad joke.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to get that.
We're going for all ages.
Which means that it wasn't good. If you have to explain it, it's not that. I get it.
Yeah.
But no.
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 Oh, I feel like it was. I feel like it was maybe you aren't the demographic we're going for.
For Hot Pocket jokes?
Yeah.
Maybe that's true. Test it at Nestle or something.
That's true. So
they'd get it.
Is it news? You get to do it.
I don't know. No.
You have to make decisions.
No, I'm like, I don't think it's that interesting. I found the Zamboni one more interesting than that.
And you passed on that.
And I already passed on it because it was a sport. Right. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Amanda's news don't have any sports. It's a very specific news broadcast.
So we've mentioned Mad Mike Hughes before on this show when he first used his steam-powered rocket to try and boost himself up into the atmosphere to prove that the Earth is flat. That mission failed when he didn't reach the proper height. Unfortunately, recently, his next attempt to do the same ended in tragedy when his parachute malfunctioned. I I mean, I don't want to make fun of his death because we're not that crass. What I do want to talk about, however, is that after his death, his publicist came forward to say that he wasn't a flat earther at all. Yeah. He said, we use flat earth as a PR stunt, period. Dustin Schuler told BuzzFeed News. He was a true daredevil decades before the latest round of rocket missions that Flat Earth allowed us to get so much publicity that we kept going. I know that he didn't believe in Flat Earth, and it was a shtick.
Huh.
So now we can't even trust Flat Earthers.
I was going to say, so that was just a fake news situation. Yeah. They fake newsed us.
One of the only steady constants on the internet is how crazy flat earthers are. And now it turns out
even real.
They might be saying things they don't believe to get attention. What does this world come to? Who does that on the internet?
Wow. Who does that?
Yeah. Who says things they don't believe on the internet just to get attention?
I don't know.
This is horrible.
Yes.
It's a total different paradigm now.
Yes.
The internet has never had anything like this before.
Never. Unlike that Abraham Lincoln quote that I saw. You got to trust it is on the internet. Abraham Lincoln. He said that.
Yeah. So the headline, a daredevil flat earther died after attempting to launch himself 5,000 feet with a homemade rocket. And then we find out is not a flat earther.
Also, like, if you're buying materials for like a homemade rocket, wouldn't that like red flag you? Like, don't they have lists for people like this?
I guess you're allowed to make homemade rockets.
Like, are they like investigating like what you're building? Or like, I feel like, because like if I went to a store, or let's say you're like a white dude, you're just like living your life.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so you're just living your life being a white dude. You got a beard, right? So like you're walking in the store, right? You go to like Home Depot, whatever. You get like a bunch of sketch materials, like 10 feet of chain rope, some duct tape, like some weird
whoa, slow down. I'm making a list.
Yeah, see? That's what, like, I feel like you'd be like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, maybe I should check into this. Like, you buy a sketchy list of things and you're like, it's for my dog. What's the duct tape for?
My dog.
The dog. He's building something. Like, what?
It's a dog house.
You should invest. Exactly. So I feel like there's like a list that you people like if I was a Home Depot cashier, for example, I'd be like, what the fuck? Hi, can I get your information? Like flag, you'd be like, there was this dude that just came in, basically bought a rape kit. I want to flag him real quick.
Yeah.
Like Ted Bundy, he had a rape kit in his car. That type of shit. Like a ski mask, duct tape, sketch.
Right.
You see someone
Unless
buying
you're
that?
skiing.
And, I mean.
And your skis are old and you need to put them back together.
With duct tape.
Yeah.
With duct tape and chain rope.
Here's the thing. I would definitely be on a list because of my beard. So anything I buy at all, they're just going to be like.
Except beard oil.
Right.
Did you get a condition?
Anything.
Yeah.
Like I go in and be like, I need 4 permanent markers. And they're like.
That's a very specific amount of markers, sir. What are you permanent marking?
Yeah. Can we talk to you in the office? And I'm like, what? I just need to mark things.
What do you mark?
There's 4 of us doing it. I don't understand what the concern is.
I'd like to see the other 3 participants.
Yeah.
Can I talk to them?
They thought the best idea would be to send you to the store.
Exactly. They weren't. I trust their judgment. They don't need the permanent markers.
But I think if it's a flat earther and they're like, what are you doing with this? I'm like, I'm building a rocket in order to prove that the world is flat. They're like,
he's crazy already.
You're not dangerous.
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess. Because there's like people really stupid that you're like, they're not dangerous. But some people that are stupid that are like super dangerous because of how stupid they are.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess maybe because I wouldn't take him seriously.
No.
Because he's a flat earther. So I'm like, how the fuck would you even know how to build a rocket if you don't believe the earth is round?
I've said this before. Here's the problem I have with flat earth. And we've said this on the show. I don't actually even
besides
mind.
The obvious.
I don't even mind that they believe that the earth is flat. Here's what my problem is with them. They are fucking lazy. Like
one guy built a rocket.
Right.
It failed. But he built a rocket.
I respect this dude.
Okay.
Right? Like he actually was
tried.
I'm going to try.
But he wasn't a real flat earther.
Right. Which proves that flat earthers are actually
That's actually a good point.
They're lazy.
It's a good point.
The one person who was doing something we found out wasn't actually
Well, how
flat
many
earther.
of them are actually fake though?
All of them.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, how would you know unless they come out, they die, I guess, from like, I don't know, exploding or something. I don't know how he died. How would you know unless someone came out and said he was just JKing the whole time?
Well, I think the whole problem is like, I think that they're legitimate at some point, right? And they're like, oh my God, this makes a lot of sense. And then they make like 45 YouTube videos, right? Saying like, look, water is flat. How could it possibly?
Is that one of the arguments?
Yeah. If you look at water, if you look at like a lake, it's flat.
Is it supposed to curve?
That's what they think because they're idiots. And so
I've never heard the arguments because I'm just like, that's stupid. Is that
right.
an actual
No,
argument?
it's brilliant.
Wow.
It's so amazing because you're like,
wow.
but because the earth is so huge and they're like, that seems convenient. And you're like, it's not convenient. It's just that it's giant earth. But if you could prove to people that the earth is flat, that everybody's been wrong for hundreds of years, why wouldn't you go to the edge of the earth? And the only thing is the government won't let you on Antarctica. And there's like a dude that just walked across Antarctica alone. Like,
is it illegal to go across it?
No, you just have to be like, I'm going to walk
thing.
across it. And you have to like fill out forms and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you can do it. A guy literally walked across Antarctica alone with his own sled.
Was there a video?
And stuff. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure
if there
he
wasn't a
videoed
video
stuff.
or picture, did he take a selfie?
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
sure
because if there wasn't a selfie, it didn't happen.
Anyhow, so that's the problem I have with it. So is it news?
I feel like I'm really picky. No?
You are very picky.
I feel like I'm really picky because I'm just like, I have a very peculiar taste of news, maybe.
Okay, so none.
I don't know.
Okay.
No? I'm being terrible right now. I'm not making any news right now, am I? Do I have another option?
We'll do one more. We're running a little late, so
okay.
we got one more.
I'll take that one.
Nope, too late. It's just going to be a one-story publication. I know what it's going to be named. This is the only story that matters. Over 1,300 complaints were sent to the FCC about Shakira and J-Lo's Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
Did you hear about this?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. The moms at the playground. Yes. Is all they talked about the next day. Yes.
Here's the thing that I'm actually going to pitch that this isn't news.
I personally don't think, is that the end of the story? Is that just it? I was like,
here's the reason I want to say that I don't think it's news.
Okay.
Do you have any idea how many people watched the Super Bowl? Like, it was like
millions,
40 million people, right?
Millions.
Or something, right?
Yeah.
And 1,300 of them were upset enough to call somebody?
Actually, I talked to my husband about this because I said that's all that they did. He said the way that they aggregated is differently. So 1,000, in order to take a complaint seriously, a certain amount of people have to complain for the FCC to count it as one person. What? Because I thought the same thing because I was like, wait, only 1,300 people complain. And he was like, no, actually, one actually equals this many. I forget the actual amount. And I was like, oh shit, that's a lot of complaints. He might have been making that up. So if you Wikipedia that up and it's wrong, he might have been making it up. Because I thought the same thing at only 13 people because it makes sense.
From this article, it says many parents were left fuming after watching the show with the kids. Nearly half of the 1,300 complainants mentioned the halftime show was inappropriate, especially for children.
What news are you on right now?
CNN. I don't know if that's a reputable one.
That's fake news.
It's true.
What do you mean? That's fake news.
It is definitely.
That's fakenews.net.
It's fakenews.net.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I mean, maybe that's a thing, but it's weird.
He told me that. I don't know. He might be lying. He lies to me.
Then here's what the news should be. Why is the FCC calling 1,000 people a person? Right, or whatever that is.
Well, that's because they have to have measurements, I assume, right?
But call them units or something. Call them anything other than
like
person.
Robot, like iRobot?
Yeah.
Maybe.
If 10,000 people equals one person, that's very confusing.
I feel like I need to Google this at work because I just took him at his work because I don't know anything about sports. So I just assumed like he would know. I don't know.
Do you know? Is there any chance that he is an international assassin and he's not telling you?
I mean, he's a man. He might lie to me.
That's true.
I mean, he's probably lied to me many a time.
We already saw one, I think.
Yeah.
Where he thinks one person equals multiple people.
I think the internet told him that though.
The internet?
Yeah.
Well, if it's on the internet.
I know. Fakenews.net. He might have seen it on that too. Like a sub site.
How curved does he think the earth is? Has he told you?
I don't know. Like a little bit, but not a whole lot. Like not a full circle, but like an eclipse, like maybe?
Most of a circle?
Eclipse
like
of a heart?
Like a Pac-Man?
Maybe. And like, where's the mouth though? Antarctica?
No, definitely Australia. Everything's trying to kill you there. It's definitely a mouth.
That's true. I feel like I would die. Like there's like spiders the size of my cat.
It has earth teeth.
Yeah. Earth teeth?
Yeah. So, all right. So is it news?
I'll say yes.
Yeah.
I haven't said yes to anything.
And you just don't want to like.
And I can't have nothing on my news site.
Did you figure out a name for your publication?
For my publication?
Yeah.
J-Lo's looking fine because that's the only thing we apparently cover. is J-Lo and her
I mean,
issues.
I think that's fair.
I mean, she was looking fine.
She was looking fine. She's like 50 years old.
Like,
if I look
I think
half
she's
that
50.
good.
I mean, shit, I don't look that good now. I mean,
Right.
to be fair, she like slaves away at it and like goes to the gym and like, I'm not willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she was like, the first thing I thought when I saw her, I was like, damn, girl.
Yeah.
Damn. I
Nicely
mean,
done.
it was mildly inappropriate at some point, but I was just kind of like, I feel okay about it. Because she's looking good.
Right.
I was like, yeah, she was looking good.
I feel like there would have been like at least 100-fold more complaints if it had been me on that poll.
I don't know. People might have found that funny though.
They would have found it
I
funny,
don't think
but
they would
more
have
offensive.
complained. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
They would have thought it's just some
thank
funny.
you.
It was just some guy making
Yeah.
a joke.
And then I'd whip it out.
Yeah, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's part of his comedy routine. That's funny." But like, if J Lo's nipple pops out, Janet, it's fucking
my
nipplegate.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, they
No.
need to apologize for her.
Whew.
Yeah,
It wasn't even the whole nipple. It was like it had
just
a shield.
part. Yeah,
Had a shield on it.
yeah.
It was like an Avenger.
Yeah.
All right, so that is all we have for the weather report. Let's talk a little bit about this track. So, unfortunately, we didn't get the sample made up in time for your single, but we're gonna play some of that here. We'll put it in post. Adam's a magician that way,
Yes.
right? So we'll leave some space for that. But let's set it up a little. So we have a sample of "Selfish Fool," which came out February 21st.
Yes.
So tell us what inspired this song.
So I don't have my lyrics pulled up with here. I was gonna say I feel like I should go line by line into
Are
the
you
inspiration.
Are you the selfish fool?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Tell me more about that.
That's-
Okay. So now I'm like, I feel all vulnerable now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I know. I might whip a nipple out just to make it like
No,
less intimate. I don't
even
know.
it out.
Yeah, even it out.
That would make it less intimate.
Yeah,
Yes, if you whip a nipple out.
Okay. All right. Anyways. Yeah. So the song, I guess, was just me thinking about like maybe things that I've done. Again, selfish, right?
Mhm,
So
sure.
maybe being selfish in like relationship, and it wasn't all like true. Like I didn't do all the things in the song, but like drawing on that and like maybe it was a similar situation.
Like how far it could have gone.
Yeah.
Like if it had spiraled out of control.
Yeah, but it like in general, like it was just generally about thinking about how like I'm trying to be better about like recognizing some things like faults in yourself that you maybe don't recognize at the time, and then like certain things keep happening, and you're like, I'm the common factor.
You're like, all of these things happened around me.
Yeah, like, and then you have to think about it. And you're like, maybe I was kind of a dick sometimes,
Right.
So I don't say that in the song. I don't say that I was a dick, but
That'd
I say
be a great chorus. Maybe I'm a dick sometimes.
Yeah. Now I'm picturing like a weird inflatable like dick costume. I don't know why. I just looked at you and thought that when you sing that.
Because I'm currently wearing an inflatable dick costume.
With a cap's hat on.
Yeah.
A dick with a cat hat.
Theater of the mind, Amanda. Theater of the mind.
I was just making that weird now. Hashtag him too. Yeah. So anyways, that's basically the song. I mean, there was no like giant inspiration, like something happened and impactful. It was just me like thinking like, what is a common factor? I was maybe a little bit of a jerk sometimes, making not so great decisions.
When you write music, is it usually very personal about yourself, or do you start kind of creating characters and putting them through turmoils and stuff like that? Like, where do you go on that?
I feel like I do the best when it's like me, but like even with that song, it was like me, but like maybe not like the more extreme me. Like I didn't actually it's if I were a little bit worse, where could it have gone? Like where could maybe I could have been a bigger jerk or something. But I feel like I do the best when it's just like me taking out my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like it's not usually about like one event and that's all I write about. What I typically do, like I try to do like in order to diversify is like make a conglomeration situation, like something that's similar.
Yeah.
Take something from that too and put it in the song. So it seems like it's all happening with like one person type of thing, but really it's like just things that have happened like that.
So there's a thread of truth through it all.
Yeah.
But
So
then,
there's a thread. Yeah. So I mean, I assume that's like with any most
art,
songs. Right?
Art and performance is often us amplified, right? It's taking things and kind of making them more bold, so that they're compelling. And that sounds like what you do.
Yeah.
So let's take, we'll do about 30 seconds here of some music here and take a listen. We'll leave a silence and you'll get to listen to a sample when you listen to the podcast, but we're just going to be awkward here staring at each other. All right. So this is Amanda Cunningham's Selfish Fool. So I told you before the show, I took a listen to this already. Really enjoyed it. A lot of different influences. What kind of genre would you call this? What is
this
the type of
specific
music?
song?
Yeah.
R&B.
Okay.
I guess. Because I'm trying to brand myself and do songs and music that are only like R&B pop style. So I would say this one's like R&B. Yeah, I just say R&B.
I love the
pop.
strings. It's got a nice, real good beat to it.
What do you think? Because I'm thinking R&B, but I don't know if like maybe you'd want to add something to it.
Yeah, I think R&B is fair. There's kind of like this, I don't know, kind of torch song feel where it's very like flowy and emotional that I liked. And then paired with kind of the very classical kind of strings feel and the heavier beat. I enjoyed it. I think it was a lot of really fun influences coming together. So,
Thank you.
if you want to hear the entire track, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of the show, or go up to any of your streaming services that have music and check out Selfish Fool by Amanda Cunningham. You can follow more of her releases, which will be happening later in the year, and shows and all of those things. Go up to www.amandacunningham.com, subscribe, Facebook, Twitter, all of those usual things, and keep in touch with her if you've enjoyed what you've heard. If not, just go away. We don't even care.
If you didn't like the song, go F yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't for you anyways.
Speaking of going and effing yourself, we're going to move on to a little game show that we've invented called Please God, Just Get One Right. Our previous guests, the crossover.tv, they are a show that creates unique live music experiences where they have different artists play a song of their own, but then also do a cover with another artist as well. It's really kind of cool. You can check them out at thecrossover.tv. So www.thecrossover.tv. So they picked a category for you.
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you nervous?
I don't know. Should I be?
Maybe a little.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Okay.
I don't know how well you're going to do this with this because I don't know your background in terms of music.
I'm really smart at everything.
Oh, well, then you're in luck. Your category is Ned's Atomic Dustbin.
I've never heard of that in my life. What is that?
It is a band.
I was thinking it was a giant trash can.
It is a band.
Because of the name.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That's going to be really...
This is going to be a rough one, Amanda.
Okay. Go ahead.
Keep in mind that it's okay if you don't get any right. That's all right. A lot of our guests...
It's all right if I don't get it right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
You can take that embarrassment and pain and ball it up into a new category.
A new song. I'll do it in a new song,
Yeah,
too.
you do a song.
I'll write a song about it.
But you'll have a new category that you give our next guest.
Okay.
So you can make them go through the same turmoil that you have. So we should be able to get through this fairly quickly.
Okay.
Because I feel
I'll
like...
get it wrong, probably. Is that what you're assuming?
Yeah, I feel like
you shouldn't assume correctly like that. It makes an ass out of you. Okay.
Does it?
Yeah.
I feel like it's us.
No.
No?
I don't know. I don't like that saying because it's just making an ass out of the person assuming.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they say, if you assume, it makes an ass out of us.
I thought it was you and me.
Assumus?
No, I thought it was you and me. And I always just say you because you're the one that's making the assumptions. Why would I be an ass?
That's true.
I think so too.
Well, let's see how it turns out, Amanda.
Okay.
Where did the band Ned's Atomic Dustbin form?
Boston.
Good guess. Not close at all.
Montreal.
Closer because it's not in the U.S.
Was it a trash can?
Was it
a trash can? Was it a trash can?
It was a universal trash can.
It was a trash can.
No, the sixth form college in Sowerbridge, West Midlands, England.
How the hell was I supposed to know that?
Well, it's not a very fair game, I'll be honest.
Wow. Okay. I was thinking, was it a trash can?
I would have taken...
Were they at a trash can?
No, they weren't. But they were in England, which right now is kind of like a dumpster fire.
That's pretty fair.
So...
Teresa got out.
All All right. So between 1987 and 1990, how many distinct designs of T-shirts did Ned's Atomic Dustbin produce? They were pretty well known for their T-shirts. I will say that they were fairly prolific.
I wasn't even born yet, though.
That's true, but T-shirts still exist.
12. Did they?
Yeah.
I thought when I was born, they just kind of
They blinked out.
They were like, I feel like I want to cut these sleeves off. I like this.
I gave you a T-shirt. We made T-shirts
because
for the
of
band.
me, though. They did not happen prior to me.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I didn't know that
Before
was you.
I was born, they were like, I like these sleeves. And then I was born and then they cut the sleeves off.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know.
Is a T your middle initials?
It is now. Amanda T. Cunningham.
No, it is 86. 86.
Wow, it's a lot of T-shirts.
Yeah, that was like one of their calling cards, I guess, is
Wow.
they just made lots of freaking T-shirts.
Wow.
Hopefully they sold them.
I assume.
Or they just have
I can make a lot of T-shirts too.
They have a basement full of 86 types of T-shirts.
Yeah. And this was before like custom ink and stuff too. Am I allowed to say products? I feel like
mean,
I'm
you
plugging
can.
them. Okay.
We just don't care about anything.
I was like, wait, should I not bleep that out? Bleep that out.
Yeah. So let's see. Ned's Atomic Dustbin's instrumental lineup was quite unusual due to the band having two of what instrument?
What would you play in a trash can? I'm trying to think. So like if you were playing things in
Oscar
a
the
trash
Grouch.
bin, I feel like they had 2 drum sets.
2 drum sets. Okay.
They like to mix the beat up and be
no.
very off rhythm.
I think that's a good guess though, because that would be pretty unusual, right?
I mean, it sounds pretty terrible actually.
I feel like the Grateful Dead had 2 drum sets.
Did they? I don't really know anything about that either.
I know
I'm
that they're
not good with bands.
really good at-
TBH.
Smart about
Obviously.
everything else.
Except for bands and T-shirts. Okay.
No, basses. They had 2 basses. 2 bassists.
Is that unusual?
Do you know a band that has 2 electric basses?
I don't know. I've never taken stock of it. I just kind of
You were like,
live my life.
what I feel like is that you give no craps about bass.
I
at all.
don't. I'm like, I don't think, you know what? That's a nice bass player right there. He's
You're like-
really hitting those bass notes.
You're like, look at those guitarists. They're pretty awesome. Is there a bass player even in the room right now? I don't even notice.
I'm a singer, so I'm just like, that's front person. They're doing a rocking job. Rocking job. The bassist, who the fuck? You need a bassist? That's unnecessary.
That's probably, you could probably have
You have
just
2 singers. The one singer could be the bassist. Bow, bow, bow. Like Seinfeld. Bow, 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 bow.
like rockapella.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You don't need a bassist, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, it is 2 basses. It is not
Okay.
2 drum sets. So
I tried.
About halfway done. So far, not real strong on the Ned's Atomic Dustbin trivia.
I'm not.
Do you-
Sorry.
Any
man.
regrets so far that
I mean, I don't know. I guess I should have researched this. I've never even heard of them. I feel like I need to Google them.
they have a Wikipedia page, just so you know.
They're legit. They have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
That means it's legit. Yeah. Got to get myself a wiki.
So all right, so Ned's Atomic Dustbin.
Yes.
They started in 1987 and are currently together,
Good for them.
reforming with different lineups and things like that.
Same basis.
Is all the bases. Question is, how many times have they broken up?
Ooh.
From 1987 to present, how many times, how many gaps in Ned's Atomic Dustbin?
I feel like it's got to be one of the extremes. So it's either like 0 or like, how many shirts did they make? 87? Like maybe
86?
they like just hated each other after every single shirt design and they
And they're-
broke up every single time.
If we're going to produce this shirt, I'm out of here.
And they're like, come on, Greg.
Like, whatever, Ned, we don't care.
Exactly.
Take your dustbin with you.
They need that though for the shitty trash, for the shitty designs. They need to put them in there. I'm going to go with 87. I feel like I feel like my argument right now is pretty legit.
How many times a year would they have to break
A
up?
lot. Like they're always pissed with each other. Every single t-shirt design. That's what I'm telling you.
How could they have a tour?
I don't
They
know.
would break up every
they
2
did.
weeks.
I'm picturing like the breakup, like just kind of like pissy, I'm leaving. And you're like, okay, Greg. But like he comes back like 2 days later
Right.
after he had like, I don't know, some Chipotle or something.
He's
That's
like,
what I'm picturing.
I calmed down. I had a burrito.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm picturing. And he's wearing the shirt that he left over.
Right.
Because he's
And they're
like, I'm sorry, I was an asshole.
And they're like, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Now now that
it's not that
grown
bad.
on
It's
me.
kind of comfy, actually. Yeah, exactly.
No, the answer is twice. They have broken up twice.
See, I said either one of the extremes was like really low because they've been together for like ever, or like a ton of times.
Yeah, the original lineup broke up in 1995. They reformed in 2000. Then the reformation lineup, which was not the original lineup, broke up in 2008. And then the original lineup actually got back together in 2008 and has been together since.
Oh, so they reunited.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's like a high school sweetheart situation.
Yeah, or like a song from the 80s.
Yeah.
Reunited.
It feels so good.
All right, moving on. After one of their singles stalled on the charts due to distribution problems, the band decided to sign to Sony Records on the proviso that they be allowed to release their music through their own label. What was the name of their independent label?
Trash Pandas.
That would be. We need a label called Trash Pandas.
Trash Pandas. Scurrying in the dustbins.
No, it was.
Yes.
We need to rewrite history, and this is what it needs to be called.
I made a better label name, so it doesn't matter what their label
Do we have their contact information? Producers, do we have contact information?
Mine was better. I'll make cards. It'll be good. It'll be good.
All right, so we're going to make a new... We could release your music on Trash Panda.
Well, I don't really feel like that's my demographic, though.
Really?
You know?
Trash Pandas?
Yeah, Trash Pandas.
I don't know. It feels like it's everybody's.
They're pretty cute.
They're so friendly.
Are they? I don't know.
I mean, they're willing to take your trash. That's really friendly.
I mean, that is fair, actually. China won't do it anymore, so
right.
They're friendlier than China.
Exactly. They're basically allies. Furtive. Furtive. Furtive.
What does that
Furtive
mean?
Records. It means fur.
Like furry trash pandas.
Furry trash
pandas.
I don't know what furtive stands for.
I feel like I've heard that before.
I feel like it's energetic, maybe.
Alexa, what's furtive mean? You need Alexa in here.
Is the word that is the name of this particular
label.
Thanks. Appreciate that. I want to make a new Alexa that like answers back like sarcastically.
No, Alexa's kind of terrible. Like I try to make jokes with her and she just kind of like, I'm sorry. I don't understand. And then she just shuts off like, God damn, I'm trying to
like we're having
Alexa, I'm trying to talk to you right now as a real person right now. And you're not like getting my sense of humor.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to program it differently. So it's like, hey Alexa, who won the 1992 World Series? And she just goes, holy shit, you don't know that? That's embarrassing. Oh my God.
You could have different like programming, like you know how they have like on like what was it, navigation apps, you can program the voice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the voice, you should do that. Like different personalities for Alexa.
Right.
Like a kid-friendly one that maybe is like the voice of like, I don't know, Mickey or something.
Right.
Which is a good idea, actually. Disney should like hit them up and offer that to them.
Right.
As an idea. #trademark. Don't tell Disney that. That's my idea. Yeah, I'd be down with that.
I'm gonna change my Alexa just to Samuel Jackson.
That'd probably be the most popular one.
Right. So it just is like,
you don't know this motherfucker.
Right. What's the weather? Oh my God, it's cold.
Check out the snow in Reston.
Yeah. How many jackets do you own? Wear fucking all of them.
I'd buy that one.
Yeah. No, I would be all in on that.
Yes.
So yeah, when I looked it up, it said furtive is attempting to avoid notice or attention, typically because of guilt or belief that the discovery would lead to trouble.
Okay, I feel like I've read that in a novel somewhere. That's like, it sounded so familiar. So like he's doing something furtively.
All right.
I might have made that up though.
One last one, and then we will move on.
Yes.
Ned's Atomic Dustbin, who you're now intimately familiar with, took their name from an episode of what radio comedy program? It was an episode of a radio theater comedy program.
That's very specific.
Mm-hmm. So it was a series.
Was it in UK, I assume?
Yeah.
I'm pretty America first right now. I don't really know anything about that.
No comedy radio programs
in UK during the 80s.
No, earlier than that. This was definitely earlier.
So let's say like the 70s.
And probably earlier than that. But yeah. But so you and your family don't huddle around.
No, like our FDR style.
Yeah,
like around the camp, around the fire.
The vacuum
getting the war updates.
Radio and listen to the updates.
I'm gonna say Howard Stern.
That was not around at the time.
I figured I'd give it my best shot. I don't know.
It's called The Goon Show.
See, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah.
I feel like Howard Stern was a better
I've
guess.
actually listened to episodes of The Goon Show. It's fairly funny. So
it was funny enough to inspire Trash Panda label. So
that's true. See?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you did not get any correct.
I didn't get any. Wow,
that's okay.
that
It
was
happens.
sad,
What would you like the category for our next guest to be?
Well, I feel like that was kind of BS.
And you can't do Ned's Atomic Dustbin again.
I know. I feel like I should make them punish too, but I'm like, I don't want to be that type of person, you know?
You don't even know them.
I don't know them like that. I don't want them to suffer the way I suffered. I try to think that I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with something like, how terrible can I be? I'm going to do something really random. Let's do
really random.
Wallpaper.
Wallpaper.
And you're like, that sounds terrible, but there's actually some pretty interesting tidbits about wallpaper.
Excellent.
I'm kind of a history nerd. It's pretty interesting during the Victoria era.
I will look forward to trying to find questions about that.
Jujule that.
The only one that I know right offhand right now is that the packing bubbles were originally wallpaper.
Were they?
Oh, yeah.
Why would they
the
have...
little things that you pop?
Why would that be wallpaper?
It was a textured wallpaper. That's what they were made for.
This
was your category. How am I owning you on your category?
See, I was thinking like history. Well, I guess that is history. I mean, I guess anything's history. I did not know that. I'm going to jujule that too.
Yeah. So yeah, the little packing bubbles.
Yeah.
Originally made as textured wallpaper.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't they pop though if you touched it? Like your wallpaper
I mean, you have to
pops.
run into it.
But you don't have to press bubble. All right, I'll just look it up. I'm just very confused. I'm just like, what was the thinking behind that?
All right, we've only got a few minutes, so I want to move on. But we will do that wallpaper next week. If you're incredibly interested in wallpaper, make sure you listen because you're not doing anything else. So let's do a little more about you. We don't have a ton of time, but near and far. So we're going to find out a little bit more about Amanda Cunningham. Again, if you want to find out things in the future, go to amandacunningham.com to find out what happens from this point forward. But we've got some things that happened in the past. You want to tell us a little bit about the first time you sang, right?
Sure.
Or have you decided not to?
I've actually decided not to do that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Can I change my story?
Sure. Change your story. What would you like to tell us instead?
So my story in STEM. So I am a singer.
Yes.
But I didn't really do anything with it in high school. Anyways, I'm going to fast forward a lot of time. Anyways, I signed up for a competition and I was about to go on stage doing the competition. And my sister in the crowd started arguing with a woman before I'm going up. And like, I'm really nervous because it's my first time in like, I don't know how long. She starts arguing with a woman who I guess took her seat or something. I don't know. Anyways, so I hand her my phone to start recording it. And then like, I can see my sister still arguing and like.
She stole her seat. Those are fighting words.
I don't even, anyways. So I come back over and my sister's fuming. And anyways, long story short of it is my sister apparently got into a fight with like this middle-aged woman at a like talent competition. And like this woman threatened my sister and my sister dead ass face in front of my mom and my child and my husband said, "Do it. Pause. Bitch." And I didn't hear any of this.
For the record, we're saying this is a middle-aged woman, but it's actually a seat stealer.
I mean,
right?
My point was, it was just like she's throwing a fit at like something to do. I was like, oh my God. And my husband still finds this hilarious to this day.
So she went just full soap opera, is what you're saying.
I mean, I guess. So that was good times. And I was like nervous, and I was like, can we not do this right now? Like, I'm nervous, and I would be fine now, but I'm just like, I just need you to take a video. And if I have a video of you saying, "Do it, bitch," it's going to ruin the whole video. You know, like it's not the vibe I'm going for.
I think that makes the video better.
Yeah.
Maybe. It would have gone viral, I think.
It's funny. I mean, well, shit, maybe I missed an opportunity.
Right?
I missed an opportunity. That's my fault, though. Yeah. Okay. That's my fault.
Has she ever apologized for the...
No, she still thinks it was valid.
She's like, I was fucking right.
No, she said that bitch stole my seat. It was still valid.
And so
it was still valid.
You're like, but no, you don't understand. She's like, no. No, do it, bitch.
No. And I mean, again, to this day, my husband and I still say, "Do it, bitch." Like to each other. Like we threaten each other that way because we think it's funny.
We've got some dishes. Well, do it, bitch.
You got to do the pause, though. The pause for the effect.
Nice.
You got to pause.
Well, unfortunately, we have to end the show. Right?
Yeah.
So you say, "Do it, bitch," right?
Oh, that's what you're
I was giving you an opportunity.
Oh, no, okay.
Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us. Once again, Amanda Cunningham has a brand new single that just came out February 21st, Selfish Fool. It'll be coming up after this, but you can also go to any of your streaming services to check it out. Go to AmandaCunningham.com to find out more about her and what's going on in the future. Please like our posts, follow us, retweet us, and share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Also, don't forget to review us on Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. If you're an artist, music, or culture creator in the DC area, we want you on our show. Email us at bookinganotherwastedhour.com. Most of all, I want to thank our guest, Amanda Cunningham, and you, our fans, for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been another wasted hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
Oh no, it all starts to plan. I made it all about me. This time in front of your friends, I promise I'll try not to be so selfish. Sorry I'm mean, sorry I'm jealous, I swear I'm not proud. I don't know how else to be. I got some troubles with me, don't know what to do. Doesn't help, I'm not untrue. When I make up my game, that I can't beat and blame. I can't keep on losing. That's why I'm a selfish fool. Fool that doesn't know how to love. Never seen it done well. I'm trying like hell. I don't know how else to be. I got some troubles with me, don't know what to do. Doesn't help, I'm not untrue. When I make up my game, then I can't beat and blame. I can't keep on losing. That's why I'm selfish. Fools repeat history that's made.